All right, morning everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host Tone Vays. Coming to you later in the day than I like, but better late than never, right? So, on this note, let's go straight to the charts. Bitcoin pumped over the weekend. Couldn't get any videos out. Was so busy trying to get unconfiscatable up on sale, and unconfiscatable is on sale, but it is an on sale beta for last year's attendees. I wanted to make sure that I don't get bombarded with client support and everything works. So 24 hours from now, sometime tomorrow, this page will have a registration form for you. We have a brand new set of speakers. Some of these speakers cannot make it, unfortunately, due to COVID restrictions. But we are getting a bunch of them back. And we have some really awesome new surprises for you as well. So we're starting to make the new images now, and those are going to be posted sometime over the next week or two. The dates are set. The agenda is set. Well, the overall agenda, not the specific panel agenda, is set. I'm going to keep pumping this. We want, it's not a crazy goal. We want at least 250 people at this event. That would break our attendance last year, which was a little over 200. We want to surpass that. The venue only fits 400 people. That is the absolute maximum for this event. One day, maybe we'll be on a Bitcoin Magazine level of 30,000 people. No, I doubt it. The events that I organize are meant to be small. You get a chance to meet pretty much everyone, and it's an absolute amazing time. I will keep you guys posted. Of course, the poker tournament might already be available for registration, actually. I think this part is available. So you can go ahead and click on that, and this form does work. There you go. But the actual conference will be on sale tomorrow. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Okay. Let's go to the charts and see what's going on. So we did get our red star candle. The red star candle generally indicates trouble in the market. But as I've been saying, the last couple of star candles put you right into a support zone. Now, this particular red star candle had a shot of putting you right at the support zone once again. The real support zone was closer to $50,000 on a weekly scale. I always saw this pullback, just like the last pullback, as a short-term buy the dip situation. We try to time this dip as best we can, but I remain fully bullish in this market. I believe the market remains fully bullish. Now, the charts are telling us to be cautious a little bit, but that's different than an overall bull or bear market, and we are absolutely still in a bull market. We can take a sneak peek at the oscillators. See, still bullish. Still bullish. Would have been, it can still reset here, but I don't see much trouble on the horizon over here. I know that's a massive potential bearish divergence here, but I do believe the RSI is going to break out. And also on a weekly scale, it's a lot harder to move the market. We may not get up there again because that would take a massive move of Bitcoin all the way to 250. So you do have to take some of this with a little bit grain, with a small grain of salt here. Love the CMF, absolutely love it. The MACD could be better, but hey, it didn't cross yet. It threatened to cross back in September, but guess what? It didn't cross then either. So we'll see where this goes. Okay, let's go to the actual tradable chart. Okay, so as the last candle started, I took a more conservative approach by dropping the allocation of bullishness to 40-50%. That was, of course, a pretty prudent move considering that we fell pretty much like an extra 15% or so. Oh no, only 7%. But that 7% fall was a $4,000 fall in that set candle. We have rebounded back since then. The new candle started, but look at the new candle. While it, looks great considering it bounced back up about 6%, the current candle is still sitting right under the short-term moving average, which is the 3-period moving average on this 4-day chart. The big question probably is, why am I using the 4-day chart for Consensio? Well, I do rely on Tyler Jenks's work. For those that are curious what Consensio is, if you go to products and services on-demand videos, I slowly make Tyler Jenks's old work free over time. And I'll probably make this section free over the holiday season this winter. And then next year we'll make the Consensio free, and then the year after we'll make the Hyperwave free. So it slowly, becomes free every year. But the old Consensio work is here. He's also got a bunch of videos on his YouTube channel. And it's a way of trading the markets using only the moving averages and the price dynamic versus those moving averages. And he was a big fan of using the weekly scale charts in traditional markets, but traditional markets only trade 7 hours a day, 5 days a week. Crypto markets are trading 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, not 5 days a week like the stock market. So we have to take that into account. And I have a couple of friends. I'm going to give a shout out to my friend Mark, who did a bunch of research and identified as the 4-day chart being the most optimal area. And I did adjust my moving averages slightly. I am using a 3-period, a 9-period, and a 30-period. Tyler Jenks liked slightly different ones. But in any case, to me, this candle is not yet anything of note. And the reason is, well, the last candle is. Like, the last candle is great because of the big shadow at the bottom of the body, and the body is pretty much a doji. And a doji is taking place after a decent amount of pullback. I believe that's maybe a 25% pullback off the top. Off the top, that is a 23% pullback. But if we don't cherry pick and we use, a reasonable place as the tops of candles, and we use a reasonable place and not a cherry pick low, that's about a 20% move in the market down. That's a big enough correction, 20%. But the current candle has not yet justified an additional bullishness into the market. Remember, we're not short. We're not bearish here. We're just not as bullish as we could be. Now, I would raise this allocation back to 75%. Well, guess where? I would raise it back to 75% if we get above, at least above, this week's candle next week, or above last week's candle this week. We have to get way closer to this declining 9-period moving average, and ideally above it. Once we get above this 9-period moving average and this 3-period moving average crosses over it, we are back to a 100% allocation. Remember, when did we go into 100% allocation? We went into it right here. Okay? So we're bullish this whole time. But between here and here, we were 100% bullish. Now we're only 75% bullish, right? But we're still bullish. And because you never know when this thing can turn for the worst. And we saw that happen back here. Now, this is an indication where you need to be completely out because the price is below all the moving averages and they're all starting to decline. The long term's leveling off. So it's a very important chart. And this is a chart for those that don't want to trade, every second of every day. This is, you change your location, every week or two. And this is a position style trading chart. Mike Greff, thank you so much for your generous donation. Love you, Tone. Thanks for always calling out the bullshit. You're a real Bitcoiner, brother. Thanks, man. I don't think I called out much bullshit this video yet. Man, I'm starting to really enjoy spaces. Maybe a little too much. Like Twitter spaces, I need to start my own. I just joined a space yesterday to listen. I was immediately brought up as a speaker, and then I ended up speaking for 5 hours. It's as if I had nothing better to do with my life last night. But yeah, no, it was time well spent. We mostly talked about economics. I think that's the one place where I can do my political rants and no one seems to, well, no one can actually like complain to me about it because it's on Twitter Spaces. That might be where the new political channel is going to start taking place. I need to do more spaces, guys. I have to find the time. Time is our most precious commodity. Okay, daily chart. Wow, you know, I did not mess with this arrow, guys. Go back to my videos, probably from November 20th or November 21st, and you will see this arrow. I have not moved it even a quarter of a centimeter. It's exactly how that arrow looked. Now, if you ask me, what did I think would happen to the price on November 27th? Well, my answer would have been, shit, this thing is going to go down further and touch the moving average. That obviously would have been my assumption. And then the following day we started rising, and then guess what? We made the swing low. So those that went in bullish right here off this candle, if I went bullish off this candle, guess where my stop loss would have been? My stop loss would have been just below the swing lows. Now, would they have been low enough below the swing lows to avoid a stop loss, you know, taking me out of the position? Maybe. Probably my stop loss would have been right there, okay? We all get unlucky in the market. It happens to everyone. It happens to the best of traders. I'm not calling myself the best of trader, but I guarantee you if I had gone long here, I probably would have been stopped out right there, okay? I have a history of that happening to me, right? And if you have a history of that happening to you, it doesn't mean you're a bad trader. You know, shit happens. It happens. You just get better over time and try to do a better job with these stop losses. Am I still live? I'm getting like, in two places, I'm getting, yeah, I'm still live. Okay, that's fine. Like two places all of a sudden I have like a spinning wheel on my computer. Okay, we're good. This happens. All right, I hate this situation. Used to happen to me in the stock market all the time. You know, you tip your hat to the market and then you get back in. When would you get back in? Well, probably when it breaks the swing high. Again, okay? If it broke this swing high before crushing your guts, then you may have to wait an extra day and go in after the next swing high, okay? Now remember, right now, you are dealing with a negative MRI count after a positive MRI count. This is still a tricky situation. Just like the 4-day chart is not yet fully bullish. Neither is the daily chart, guys. You are still below the prior swing high. You are still below the prior swing low. You are still below a moving average that is leveling off, potentially on the verge of declining. This, while, you know, this is a, and my titles seem to be always the opposite of what I'm actually saying. Not exactly clickbaity, but reality, right? Sometimes I like think of a title because I know what generally happened last night, and then I open the chart and I look at the chart and I'm like, shit, you know what? That's a cool buy the dip. That's a cool headline. You know, Michael Saylor bought the dip, bought another $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Great for Michael. Stop letting him buy all the Bitcoin. If you're a long-term investor in Bitcoin, you know, the best time to buy is always yesterday. But at the same time, there's nothing really here to start a parade about in the daily Bitcoin chart. It still has ways to go. It still needs to get above both of these swing highs. At least the first one, but if it gets above the first one, you're pretty much at the second. And you still need to get above this moving average. You still got to get over this consolidation, okay? This green arrow is going to stay because I think Bitcoin is about to go on a really, really, really nice bull run. All right, that's it for the daily chart. Short-term chart, I like this chart. Okay, this is nice. Yes, there was a green star candle that, yes, went absolutely nowhere, but you got a second shot. You got another shot at this. I like it, okay? I like it. Same thing, 1 hour chart. You can draw your little gimpy trend line right there. And look, we're breaking it with a green star candle. Beautiful. So, yeah, what we got to do is get over this little hump and that little hump. Beautiful MRI buy right here, right off the dip. This would have been last night when we rallied from 53.5 all the way up to 58.5. That's a $4,000 swing in how many hours? 7 hours? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hours. Well, guess what? That's close to a magic number there. And then, of course, we hit an MRI top. Man, would have been beautiful if these two were just off by one candle. But you know what? I'll take it. And that's a nice looking chart. We can glance at the 4 hour, see if it's better or worse. It's neither. It's about the same. Not really much to add on a 4 hour chart, but again, beautiful green star candle here. When does the green star show up? Well, it shows up right there. And well, the green star is part of the MRI indicator, but not the default in the MRI indicator. For those interested in the MRI indicator, products and services, MRI indicator. And you do get like a 5 hour video that explains it. It also talks about how to make those settings to make those green stars. There are multiple ways to trade the indicator. And unless you watch that video in full, and I do need to make another webinar and maybe educate a little more on it one day in the near future, you will not like blindly be able to trade this indicator. Okay, what else I got? Traditional markets, they should be opened. Today is Monday. Today is Cyber Monday, followed by a horrendous Black Friday. A huge nosedive in the price of oil, probably because America's, releasing their strategic reserves on the oil that they had. Trying to stay away from politics here. Gold's not interesting. S&P 500 is rallying hard. That is certainly helping Bitcoin. Now, the reason for the big crash on Friday was the new COVID variant, which is incredibly deceptive if you look at the media. Man, talk about distracting the world from an SUV killing a bunch of people, and also the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. That's all I'm going to say on these fronts. Let's not get that YouTube channel banned. While at the same time, you have the COVID variant whose, I guess, I don't want to say side effects, but the COVID variant whose, what's the word I'm looking for here? Whose symptoms include many of the symptoms that the conspiracy theorists have accused of the jabs causing. That's all I'm going to say on that front. Just follow the Twitter handle Clown World, my new favorite handle in the space. Okay. What do I think about the stock market? Well, look at my arrows. That's exactly what I think about the stock market, and so far, it is doing exactly what I set those arrows out to do. Again, I did not draw them this morning. You can go back to the videos on November 22nd and 23rd, and that's probably where you find these arrows. All right, guys, don't forget, Unconfiscatable is going on sale tomorrow. It is currently on sale in its beta form to the prior conference attendees. If you are in the group chat because you attended the conference last year, I may post it in my Telegram group of like MRI users. I may post it in there. Probably I'll post it like tomorrow when it's ready for proper registration. So proper registration starts tomorrow. Just beta testing it right now, making sure everything is good. You can already register for the poker game now, but the conference itself and the carnivory dinner, that registration opens tomorrow. We got some awesome speakers. Some international speakers will not be able to make it, unfortunately. We're going to be updating the speaker list this week, next week. Got a bunch of commits the other day, but now we got to get some graphics made. All right, so World of Rusty, shout out. Got to get to work, buddy. We're going to have some really, really cool new speakers going unconventional this year, but you're going to enjoy listening to them. All right, glance at your live chat. Oh, I'm going to be on, oh, shoot. Understanding Bitcoin, guys. God damn. I started premiering the videos, but then I got so busy with Unconfiscatable. I'm just going to release all the videos. please follow the Understanding Bitcoin channel. If you are having trouble finding the Understanding Bitcoin channel, because it's not all that popular, unfortunately, you can either check the video description or just look at the other YouTube channels that I personally follow. And it's on that list if you go to my YouTube channel, which you are currently on. So you can find them. I'm just going to release all the videos. They're going to be in order of them happening. I mean, live streams are expensive and stressful, and I know it's hard to get the videos out, and they kind of lose the luster. And the audio isn't great, but you have to understand that these events are meant for you to be there in person. They're meant to be there in person. And you get an idea of what it's like in the room, which is a hell of a lot of fun and very educational. How do I travel, Tone? Very carefully. GBTC. Oh, yeah. GBTC. The premium is dropping a bit. That is kind of unfortunate. Wait, I think I'm supposed to be... Oh, shoot. Oh, crap. I'm late, guys. I gotta jump on Fork Log. Find me on Fork Log. Totally late. My bad. Let me tell him I'm joining now. I lost track of time. Man, I got into a conversation. All right. Hey, guys. Go over to... Well, unconfiscatable, but if you speak Russian, go find me on Fork Log. Fork Log. Boom. Coming. I'll be there in 30 seconds. There I am. Later, guys. Totally lost track of time.